Hi, hello. I am Master Eth. I am the most popular reacting channel on the entirety of YouTube. But the thing is, I hate doing reacting videos. So, actually, cut this part. This is dumb. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's time to talk about what we learned today.
I just watched a retelling of the classic Bible story, James and the Giant Peach. James chapter 3, I believe.
I just watched Dave and the Giant Pickle by Veggie Tales by Phil Vischer and other people, because he's not the only guy who worked on this.
I watched an animation that was made in the early 2000s that got ruined by Netflix. That's what I watched.
I don't have to tell you what I just watched. I just watched a blank screen. Nothing's been happening. TV hasn't been turned on in like a day, if not more.
I just watched Dave and the Giant Pickle, which is the fifth Veggie Tale video released in 1996. In my opinion, the best episode released in the 90s. It is also the first Veggie Tales episode to feature the character of Larry Boy, who, of course, later on got his own spin-off series, and thus that's why it's important.
I now realize that these guys with basically Alice as their animation software had enough of a grasp of animation and comedy and writing and music to make some solid children's entertainment. I'm impressed.
I've watched it many times growing up. In fact, I hadn't watched it in a long time until quite recently. But I love the idea that Scott had to get all these people together and review one of my childhood favorites. I don't know why, but the slightly older, like, jerky kind of animation it almost makes it funnier for me. You know what I mean? Like, there's some cartoons where they got so progressively good at the animation that it was so smooth that it lost some of its comedic timing. It's kind of how I feel about Veggie Tales. So I have this X-ray app with the Amazon purchase that I got, and they tell me the actors in every scene, and actually I'm surprised to see that every single character in the film was actually not portrayed by the great Tara Strong. Actually, many of them were portrayed by different people.
Actually, this was the first episode that I ever watched that I remember. I probably watched others probably before. I actually watched this in like Sunday school, like when I was really young. I don't remember the age. I just remember this is the first one. I actually thought for a long time this was the first episode, and obviously it's not now that I know what it is chronologically. So that's how I remember it.
Let's see. I love the music in this episode. They reused the theme of Little Guys Can Do Big Things. I mean, the song, not the message of the episode. They reused that theme like in the background music, and Junior sings it sadly at the beginning, then more triumphantly towards the end. I like the way they use that piece of music throughout the episode, and I think they reuse that motif in the music later on in the series as well. I don't know.
What I liked about it is that it was animated and it was talking vegetables. That's a stupid. I need to come up with something better.
I like that actual theme, storytelling wise as well. I consider it sort of just kind of an extension of the core message of Veggie Tales. You know, the core message being, God made you special and he loves you very much. Little guys can do big things just as well as big guys is really just an extension of that. And I think those kinds of lessons that kind of relate back to God made you special and he loves you. Those are the best episodes. It's clearly an idea that's important to the Veggie Tales team. And I think they illustrate it very well. That's not what I have scripted at all, but I don't care.
I liked the message behind it of how everybody's telling you to do one thing because they underestimate you. And so you realize that you have a lot of potential, even though a lot of people don't see that. But you go through it with it anyways because you know it's the right thing to do. I think that's a very good message for sure. And that's what I did like about this overall.
Dave Giant Pickle is, I think, a fairly decent episode. Madame Blueberry is still my favorite of all time. But, I enjoy the silly song in it. I Love My Lips. That's easily one of my favorites. I like I guess they had some like the foreshadowing of like the actual story David's at in Saul's seat, which is kind of funny, and some other little things I think that Phil Vischer wanted to put in that I think like older people could like appreciate, that maybe like younger audience wouldn't kind of understand. That's how Phil Vischer really made Veggie Tales, those earlier episodes. So he and Mike really put in a lot of things like that, and I thought that was pretty neat, to be honest, because a lot of kids shows are going to be geared just for kids, and when you have a show that makes references and stuff for older people, I think that's something that you don't see too often. But a lot of times, like mainstream media, that's like more like adult jokes, but these are like adult references that like people with like any like older person would understand. So anyway.
You know what? I'm just going to be honest. I like the nostalgia of watching it again. It's been so long since I've watched it. You know, it's hard to pinpoint a specific, like, oh, this is what I liked about it. I just like the whole thing. I feel like this is their glory days. You know, it still felt small and homegrown, but like high enough quality that it's like worth watching for sure. It's just a fun episode. They're fun gags. I can't really pinpoint a specific thing. It's hard.
It feels like the letter and the lesson don't really match up. Myra Eggleston was asking like her older siblings could do ballet and soccer, and what made her special. This one's more about faith and courage. If there's a big challenge, then God can help us overcome it. And Myra's like, so are you saying piano or... It's not a bad lesson, it just doesn't quite mesh, in my opinion.
There were a few animation errors I saw. There were a few times when the script wasn't that great, like it kind of confused me. So I had to watch things 20 times and then still didn't understand it. So that was kind of weird. That's what I didn't like. The writing could have been a little bit better, but it's a kid's show. I hate that excuse, but oh well.
The biggest thing I didn't like about it was that one angle where basically it's up at, like looking up. I don't know why Phil Vischer decided on that. I mean, when I see him, I'm going to ask him two things. Why is the sad Cebu sad? And why on earth did you angle the camera, whatever you decided, to point upward trying to get stones? I understand it was him looking, I guess, looking down, just trying to get the stones from the creek. But at the same time, it was just kind of awkward, especially me being a vlogger. That angle just kind of...
I kind of pointed out all the things I don't like in it already, like the biblical inaccuracies. I might have to read this passage again. It's been a while since I've read 1st or 2nd Samuel, whichever book of Samuel this is. I think it's 2nd Samuel. I don't know. I'm not a biblical scholar. Anyways, it has been a while, but I'm pretty sure this isn't accurate, at least to the extent that I don't think as far as we know, I don't think David really struggled with the main theme of this episode. Like I said, that's not super important though. A lot of the jokes don't land. Some of the jokes don't land when you're a kid. Some jokes don't land when you're an adult. But it's still decently funny enough that it doesn't feel as long as it is, which is impressive considering, like, back then watching something for half an hour, that's not even half a movie, you know? Now that I'm this age, watching something that's half an hour, that's a commitment. Most comedy things I watch are like 5 minutes long. This feels like 5 minutes long, but it's half an hour. Veggie Tales.
I think this is a really good episode to, if I ever have kids, I'm not married or in a relationship, I definitely show them this episode. I'm going to show them most of the old stuff, because I think the newer stuff's kind of a waste of time. Except for the one episode Adler Davidson is in. He sang in one episode. Oh, what was it? It was Veggie Tales in the House. It's on Netflix. So there's one good thing about the Veggie Tales in the House that a lot of people bash it, but I can say, okay, I have one positive outlook on it.
Was there anything I disliked about it? I don't know. It's good. I'll come up with something later. thought I was going to do better at this part, but I'm also not surprised because it's Veggie Tales. It's Veggie Tales. It's like the golden age of Veggie Tales. I have nothing bad to say about it. I couldn't really rate it because I have nothing to compare it to at this point. It's been a long time since I've seen any of them. I was really, really happy to see this one. It's got one of the best silly songs, and again, that era of silly songs were all great. Man, I have no rating. I have nothing I dislike about this. I have nothing I like about this. I have no opinions. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Optional rating. I don't know. I don't really do ratings. I think this is G, so G. I rate it G. That's my rating, G, for good.
Anyways, I give this episode 7 pizza slices out of 8.
Include any bloopers. Blah. There's my blooper.
2 minutes 56 seconds. Larry says, "I'm Larry Boy," and then I say, "Wait."
Films are rolling. I'm gonna have so much editing to do. It's always worse when I give myself more cuts.
Hey guys, it's me, Butch.
Oh, right, this is a kid's show. That's why the narrative is so... it's the other way.
9 minutes 41 seconds. One of the French bees says, "Hello, Israelites. Yeah, pigs." Just like that.
We're at the what minute mark now? We'll get better at this.
So thoughtful.
They told me you were the children of God. You are cowards. I come back tomorrow.
I guess that's one way to push the narrative. To push the narrative. Narrative? Sure.
We're gonna do a couple of takes, but yeah. I can relate to that. My sister did that to me one time. And kind of like it doesn't have to. I'm having fun personally. I'm sure one of those is good, but I'm having too much fun. We'll say that that's good. So thanks. I know that one of them.
You know, Dave's brothers are giving him a good workout. No.
So it was all a waste of time.
After Bob says, "I didn't know being a superhero could be so painful." We just need all the clips from Infinity War.
Won't you just play your harp and I'll throw things at you?
Stop. Pause.
Hey, Carla? Did you... I keep expecting you to respond, and I'm like, why isn't she saying anything?
Happy birds.
Oh, and they flew away.
I said stop.
Because you're right. I'm a genius. I was a baby genius. I watched Veggie Tales and Little Einsteins, because that's what I was. I was Little Einstein.
Here's how.
Sorry.
That's fine.
My poor arm out.
No, I understand.
Introducing the all-new Bullet Body. Looks so sharp it'll zoom through this year's fashion line. Better watch out, Louis Vuitton.
No. Here's how you do a bad line. See, nice and mean. Nice. Dog.
Oh, I want to play.
What?
Stratego.
Ooh, Stratego's good.
And also Uncharted 4.
It's a lip. Oh, I had the earbud in. As if the old computer...
Why are you doing that? Why?
Kit Kat. Best part of my entire reaction. I'm wanting to eat this. I have to. If I could get it open. I mean, you never know. The first one may not have worked. May not have tasted good. That would be terrible.
Dressed in a costume, and the character he's dressed up as is named Larry. The same name he already has. He's not very smart, I don't think.
Okay. Got it. Got you. Okay, we good.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Humans React to Veggie Tales. I'm Scott. Today we're going to be...
Yo, my dude, it's me. It's your boy, reacting for some reason or another. I don't know.
And we have a silly song about the Larry hat. Stop it, please. Stop.
Let's try that one more time. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Sweet.
This world needs a hero. No.
You're not really paying attention to his mouth. I'm taking way too long to explain this.
Larry the Cucumber works on a variety TV show where he
Yeah, I'm good with all those things.
Guess I'll go back and play Mortal Kombat.
This world needs a hero. That was incorrect.
I guess I'll go back to play.
Oh, I remember something that I wanted to say. So I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I guess I'll go back to playing Mortal Kombat.
So for years I always thought that Bob looked kind of like a strawberry in this scene, but then I always thought that
I guess I'll go back and play Mortal Kombat.
Why am I an idiot? Why? What's wrong with me? Okay, we're done.
Check it out if you haven't. Look on Prosper and the Force with you.
Veggie Tales episode, the very first one, Daniel in the Lion's Den, where Daniel's in the Lion's Den. Do it again. I'm gonna do it one more time.
I think that's all. Is that all? Yeah, that's all. Okay, bye.